Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual volunteer kickoff for our campaign for Attorney General of Missouri. We've got a whole bunch of volunteers in our Zoom room, but we'd like you to be able to participate in our volunteer program as well. Just learned today we have 391 volunteers in Missouri to help us with our campaign to take back the Attorney General's office. Really exciting, which means we just need 9 more to get to 400. So we're going to broadcast just the beginning portion of our volunteer kickoff out there to the world to hopefully encourage you to get involved in this campaign too, kind of see who's involved and what this would look like for you as well. But once we get to the nitty-gritty training part, sorry, folks, you got to sign up to volunteer to see all the fun stuff. So we hope you do. You can go to eladgross.org anytime to do it. And I'd like to introduce all of you out there in the world to Clayton, and we're coming to you from Zoom. So Clayton is our volunteer coordinator, and let me get him on. All right, Clayton, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
All right. Hey, and thank you to all the volunteers who came today. Big hand for all of you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So, Clayton, if you want to take it away and share our initial presentation with everybody, that would be great so everybody can see what we're doing.
All righty. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. I am so excited. As we saw the signups rolling in, I think every day I was texting a lot. Oh my gosh, look how many people are signing up. And we are so excited for you all to be here tonight. Rolling into things, first of all, welcome to the Elad squad. It is such an exciting place. We're going to have so much fun, especially tonight, but through the rest of the campaign. My name is Clayton Herbst. I am honored to be the volunteer coordinator for the campaign. My email and my cell are up on the screen. If you ever have any event ideas, you want to get involved, you think you should be doing something, reach out. Or if you'd like to get involved and you don't know how, reach out to me. I would love to get you plugged in wherever we can. Moving to our agenda for tonight, of course, we are honored to have the amazing Elad with us tonight, and he's going to be giving us a little pitch. We're going to be talking about how this campaign is unique in Missouri. We want to hear what your ideas are for Missouri and for the Missouri Attorney General's office. And then we're going to actually jump into the phone bank and the voter outreach training and actually do a little bit of action tonight. We have a really exciting event happening next week that we want help doing some outreach for, because we want to make sure that folks know that they have an option on the ballot for an attorney general who will work for them. So that being said, I am going to introduce someone who really doesn't need an introduction, but we do have our very own civil rights attorney who has been suing the state to make sure that our rights are protected in the courtroom, who's running for attorney general to sue scammers and do so many other things. So please give it up for Elad Gross.
Hey, thank you. No, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I greatly appreciate it. For all of you who are watching, thank you so much for watching, too, and being a part of this. I am really excited. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Elad Gross. I am running for Attorney General of Missouri to sue a whole bunch of scammers. We're going to sue the scammers who keep calling us all the time. We'll sue the scammers who are screwing us over in our healthcare system far too often. We're going to sue all of the scammers who are pretending to govern for us right now in Jefferson City. And I've been doing that quite a bit already. So I am, as Clayton mentioned, a civil rights attorney. I'm a former assistant attorney general of Missouri, and I have sued quite a few officials in our state government. Unfortunately, I have protected Missouri's Sunshine Law, which gives you and I the right to see what our government is doing, seeing public records, being able to participate in meetings. And unfortunately, we've got a few officials who aren't all about that kind of transparency. I very strongly believe in the importance of civic engagement in Missouri and making sure that all of our voices are heard. So that's why we put such a huge focus on this volunteer program and why we're so excited to have all of you here today to be a part of this and to expand that. So a lot of the work that we're going to be doing is literally calling folks in Missouri, asking them about their ideas for our state, making sure that their input is part of our campaign for Attorney General. We don't have attorneys general, we haven't had for a long time now, who are willing to hold public meetings, do town halls, ask for your input. And you got to wonder, when you have an attorney who doesn't want to hear their client's input, that's a big red flag, folks, for those of you who do not know that. And that's a problem. We really should have an attorney general who is our attorney. So I do want to do quite a few things in that office. I want to start Missouri's first civil rights division in the history of our state. We don't have one, other states do. We are not protecting our rights in housing, our rights in our health care, our rights to privacy, our rights in our criminal justice system, our rights to so many things. And that office should be the one leading the way in so many different areas when it comes to civil rights. And when we win this election, that's exactly what it will do for everyone. We will protect our civil liberties, and we will ensure that we have accountability in the state of Missouri again. We are going to implement Missouri's first statewide plan to reduce violence in our communities. We are going to make sure that our kids are safe. We are going to work with folks on plans that have worked in other places. They're working in America right now, but for some reason in Missouri, we just do not have leadership that wants to implement those same plans. And we can do that here. There's no reason that we can't. Missouri has a long history of innovative things, and you wouldn't know it from the last few years of the leadership that we have right now. And we're going to get back to doing that and to being a leader in our country again. And for those of you who don't know, I have my dog, my little dog who's sitting right here. She is a puppy mill rescue. And one of the big parts of this campaign is we are going to end Missouri's status as the puppy mill capital of the country. We all voted on this already, like so many other things. It's about time we get that done, and we are going to do that together. We have an opportunity to do so much in this state. I mean, so many of you who are in this room right now, just look at you. I'm going to put you all back up on here. I mean, there's so many of you out here right now who are from all over the state. I mean, the number of volunteers that we have is absolutely insane right now because we understand what's at stake in this election. And I'm really excited about what we're going to be able to get done together. And it's going to be thanks to folks like you who are putting in the time, like Robin, who is on this call right now, who made so many text messages last time. I mean, it's just insane, but had real conversations with people who then shared quite a bit of feedback with her. So please, if you're answering the phone or you're answering a text, be nice to her. We're like real people when we do this, so if you're out there and you're listening. But we really do want to hear from you. That is a hallmark of this campaign, and we're really excited for that. So folks, if you are looking for an opportunity to volunteer, a way to energize our state, to get more people fired up about what we can do in Missouri, regardless of party. Heck, I'll take, folks, whatever they're doing. But I know that there's so much more that we agree on, and there's so many of these issues that we all care about together if we get past all the divisiveness that those in power want us to focus on. And that's what this is all about. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for listening. And Clayton, thank you so much for being our volunteer coordinator. I'm very excited to have you here, and you have done a wonderful job getting all these people in the room. So please let us know what else we should be doing so that we can get this done.
Awesome. Well, launching into, if you want to keep going, what makes this campaign unique?
All of those things, Clayton. I mean, it's like, look, this is exactly right. Like this is about you. It's how many campaigns. It's just so sad. There are not that many campaigns right now that are coming and saying, we want your input. We want you to design this and to build this from the ground up. Right now on our campaign website, you can see, and that's eladgross.org for folks who are watching, but you can see plans. And all of those plans had input from Missourians. They're getting updated because Missourians want to update them and add more things. So it's a really big opportunity, I think, to have folks' voice as part of this effort, but really to address real problems that Missourians are dealing with. So I think all of these things on your screen, all of these bullet points are absolutely 100% right. But I'm really excited about the opportunity, and I think that's partly because we've been traveling to so many places in Missouri, and we've gotten such a good response from people so far too. So I think that's why it's a unique opportunity for everybody involved.
Awesome. And then we already talked about some of the amazing plans on the campaign website, But one point we did want to touch on is that those campaign plans were made from talking to real folks just like you in the room, but also when we're on the phones and texting and out in the community. So on the screen is a few of the major bullet points what we're talking about. But if you head to the website, eladgross.org, and click on solutions, there are so many things there and so many things being added and edited as we receive more feedback and keep making plans. So definitely as we continue these phone calls tonight, but also for people in the room who have ideas, we want to hear them, which leads us into the question, what are your ideas for Missouri in the Attorney General's office?
Oh, yeah.
I think I mentioned to Elad in 2020, and I should mention to you, Clayton, my husband is the director of shelter medicine for the Humane Society. So if you need any resources on your puppy mill stuff, and as a matter of fact, I'd like to see the HSMO brought in because everyone does HSUS on that, and not that they're not a good resource, but they're like overlooking the local resource and the people who go out and actually do the rescues.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And what we did actually, so this is coming back. Don't worry. And if you go to the store, you can kind of get a little preview. But we have pet bandanas on the store right now at the website too. But we did this competition, Furry Friend Friday, where folks would submit their animals every Friday, and we highlight them. But there were a number of folks who are involved in on-the-ground rescue in Missouri who then found their way to us through that, right? And so we got some pretty great input from folks around the state too, but I totally agree, Robin. The more input that we can get on, I think that's great. Yeah, any material you all want to send us, the better. So please, that would be awesome.
Awesome. All right. Are there any other ideas or suggestions or thoughts in the room before we keep moving on? This is your time. We want to hear it.
Yes, this is Carol from Columbia. I would like to see a Missouri where the Attorney General's office does not interfere with decisions made by local school boards concerning health and safety matters, concerning what books are in our libraries. So I guess I would say I believe that our local institutions should be able to govern as they see fit. Thank you.
Yeah. I think there was a court that just agreed with you, by the way, on the on the first topic there. So yeah, that is a major issue right now, and for a lot of folks who purport to support local control and smaller government and more involvement by people, this sure has been a period of a lot of big government rules coming from the Attorney General, who seems to think that his proclamations are more important than what's happening on a local basis. But local input is, I mean, it's extremely important and has been throughout really the history of Missouri too. Thanks for your input. Nancy, you want to go for it? I see your hands up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Elad. I am utterly thrilled that you're running.
Thank you.
I want to do everything I can to support you, which is going to be mostly volunteer, not money, because that's what I
That's great. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
There is a lawsuit now pending where many faith-based organizations who believe, as I do, that life begins at first breath, are demanding that the religion of some not control everyone else. So I think that is one of the biggest issues right now, is fighting for body autonomy for women, and that lawsuit should proceed, and I hope it will win. But I would love to know your thoughts on protecting women. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that lawsuit, actually, we've got a state representative who is one of the plaintiffs there, Barbara Pfeiffer from the Kirkwood area here in St. Louis. So that is an ongoing thing. They were actually just in court. They are facing against our current Attorney General, who's trying to dismiss that case. But no, I very much believe in the right to privacy. I believe that our government shouldn't be telling folks which religion they need to practice and what beliefs they need to have. And I think that from a policy perspective, too, we have seen bans on abortion before. They've been absolutely disastrous from a healthcare standpoint. And now, I mean, for folks who can afford it, they're trying to leave the state for to receive healthcare, basic healthcare. And that should not be the way it is. But a lot of that is going to be going through the legislature. But we do, I mean, look, we do have civil rights still in this country, and I think that fight should be on the side of our rights to privacy, our rights to bodily autonomy. So I entirely agree with that. There are, for those who are watching, there are absolutely resources out there too right now for those who are in that situation and don't know what to do. The Missouri Abortion Fund is one, for example, but there are some other organizations out there, and I think on their website they actually have a list of them too. So highly encourage folks to seek help, even in the current environment right now. But I'll tell you what, I mean, I was at the state fair this last time, and there was a guy who came up to the Democratic table, and I talked to a lot of Republicans at the state fair on purpose. That's my recruiting time right there. And he came up to the Democratic table, said, "You don't want to talk to me," because he was a big Eric Greitens supporter. So I was like, "Oh, I do want to talk to you. Let's keep talking." And he said, we got talking about a lot of issues, but he told me any person in government who thinks they can tell him or his daughter what she should do in the event that she's raped or there's some situation she doesn't want to be a part of, and this happens as a result, and now the government is telling them what to do in that situation, not supportive at all. So I think that there's a lot of folks there who are tired of the extremism that we're seeing in Missouri, and hopefully we'll have some matters on the ballot too that will address all of that as well. So, yeah.
So Elad, basically you're saying that sort of thing would come under your proposed civil rights division?
Correct.
Protecting the civil rights of all Missourians.
Correct. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think the right to privacy too, I mean, for folks who are out there and like, I don't really know. The right to, like, this is basic to that right to privacy, and that's going to touch on so many different issues too, from bodily autonomy, absolutely. Healthcare is one. What's happening, in this whole tech sphere, we're seeing a lot of folks talking about that right now, and these big corporations collecting all this information about us too. So, I mean, once we start to erode some of these rights, we're eroding all of these things. And, some people do understand that, but I think it's our job to really educate folks about what's underlying all of these basic rights too. Mm-hmm. So I do know that probably a lot of folks do have a lot of input too. So what I would encourage for folks who are on the Zoom is you can put that in the chat too. And I will keep track of that while Clayton goes on and tells you how we're going to volunteer. And then if you are watching online, you can actually put this into the chat comments there, wherever you're watching from, and we'll take those as well. So I see that some people are using that already, which is great. But please put them in the Zoom chat, and I will definitely be monitoring. And then once we get through all of this, we'll actually have a lot of opportunity to talk while folks are volunteering too. So.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you all. Moving on. The big question that we're hearing a lot as we're traveling the state and while you are in the room right now is, how can you help elect a real attorney general in Missouri? And the answer is quite simple. It's sign up to volunteer. Get involved with the campaign. We have a lot of things working and cooking and things like this in this room right now, a virtual volunteer event where we're going to make calls into a county to make sure that people know that they have an option, and to come hear Elad speak is really critical. So what you can do right now, for those online, and hopefully everybody in the room has already done this, but for those online, you can go to eladgross.org and sign up to volunteer right up at the top. You'll get lovely emails from me about all the amazing things that are happening, and then you can come to these fun things and be a part of the discussion in the room. Some of the things that we are doing right now, very obviously, we are in a phone bank, and we're going to be calling voters around the state. We have one happening today for an event that's next week. We have a couple other planned as we go through the summer and moving on through the rest of 2024 to not only do event invites, but also reach out to voters and let them know and ask them questions and hear what they have to say. Hosting events and house parties is really critical. All of you in this room have a network of friends and family that you talk to that we don't know. And we would so love to come to your home or stand outside and do a house party or a block party or go to a library meeting room. Or actually, we were just in Mexico, Missouri, where we met at a Pizza Hut. And we had a great conversation with folks that we have never met before and wouldn't normally come to a Democratic event because one person said, I want to bring in a group of friends to meet you. So if you are interested in doing that, we have lots of time that we would love to work with you on that. Please drop it in the chat, send me a direct message, or reach out to my email, and I would love to help set that up. The other amazing thing that we're doing is spreading the word. We have a few different ways you can do it. Social media is amazing. Your network, putting it out digitally that Elad is running, and to sign up for his emails and to get involved in the campaign, super helpful. Buying a t-shirt or a bumper sticker or a button. I am a huge fan of my button that I wear all the time because people will stop you and go, who is this Elad guy and what is he doing running for Attorney General? And you get to have those conversations at the grocery store, or I got to have that conversation with my dermatologist the other day. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing and rolling out really soon is asking you to endorse the campaign and be loud and vocal. We're really excited about this campaign and all the things that we're doing, and we want you to be excited with us. So launching into what are we going to actually do tonight and how can you help tonight? I forgot to mention you. Please get in touch if you have questions, if you have ideas, if you want to hold a house party, or if you think there's an event nearby that we should swing by that would be helpful for us. Please reach out to the website. Our 2 emails are on the screen, and my cell is on the screen. Please feel free to call, text, email. I say anytime, but I do have to sleep every now and then. But please reach out, and we're going to move into the portion of the event where we actually talk about the training. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What if I have a thought at 2 a.m? I can't give you a jingle?
You can definitely send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Emails are great. 2 a.m. emails are great. Yes.
I definitely send a few of my own.
Yeah, have like a little notebook by your bed, for all your little dream log. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you everyone who tuned in online. We're going to launch into the actual phone bank training right now.
Yes.
So
great. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to see the rest of this, it's real easy. Sign up to volunteer on the website. Go to eladgross.org. Hang out with all these wonderful folks. But until you do, we'll have to say bye. So hopefully you do. Go to the website, support the campaign, join on, and until next time, we'll see you later.